how to talk. I didn't know how to express myself. It even got Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Idris Patience Adiza, and if this is your first time seeing my face, please don't make it your last by subscribing to my YouTube channel, okay? And for all of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support. So without further much ado, let's just jump right into today's video, okay? And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something very dear to my heart, okay? I said in my first YouTube video that I would want to build an online community. So I want to share something about me, so you can get to know me a little more, better. So I'm currently not in this phase anymore though, but I still want to share because it might help one or two people out there, okay? So today's topic is passive aggressive communication style. I'm going to be telling you what passive aggressive communication style means, but I'm also going to be reading what it means from my laptop, okay? This video is somehow not scripted, so I don't want to be all over the place, so I just want to convey my message interestingly and get out. So what is passive aggressive? Passive aggressive is a behavioral style that is characterized by, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at the screen of my laptop, okay? So it is characterized by indirect resistance to the demands of others, and also avoidance of direct confrontation. There are so many that I want to talk about, about this, type of communication style. Now let me tell you guys a very brief history about myself. So growing up, I used to have friends that I go to school with. I'm talking about specifically primary school now. So yeah, primary school was so fun for me. I played a lot, and so I had friends that, from time to time, they sort of remind me of what growing up, together with them was like, or going to the same, primary school with them was like. And I'm like, even though, to be sincere, I do not remember some of this information anymore. Sometimes when I hear them, I find it so funny. But I also like to tell myself that if this was what it was like for them, I don't want to be that person anymore, and I try my best to be a better person every time. So basically, yeah, my schoolmates used to call me Iron Lady. They call me Iron Lady, and this is because I used to fight a lot. I mean, according to them, like I said, in all honesty, I don't remember some of this, information anymore. Like, I know I fought, one or two persons, but I can't remember even like some of the, like my classmates that tell me, oh, you were bullied back then. Not like bully, like a bad, kind of bully, but I used to fight a lot. So there's this particular lady, yeah, she was my friend, and she used to tell me that I beat her a lot in primary school, and I'm like, I'm not sure, because you were like my real G, so I don't understand. Maybe we were fighting over something silly, and I don't know, the reason why we fought back then, and I think I used to beat her up. I mean, according to her story, yeah. So my friends kept telling me that, and I think when I was around like 7 years, I can't remember the exact age anymore, I sort of gave my life to Christ. So I went through baptism and everything, and I saw how, doing that and also following that path sort of changed some things about me, some character traits and stuff. I was also learning and unlearning some things. I'm also still very much on that journey of learning and unlearning stuff, right? So yeah, So I'm just trying to give you like a background of, you know, why I developed this passive aggressive communication style, so you can better understand, you know, my point basically. Yeah, so this sort of persisted up to like secondary school. And in secondary school, I don't remember fighting at all. I don't remember fighting anyone. But there is this one guy who always called me Iron Lady. Iron Lady. And in all honesty, I hated that name with all of me. Like, I don't want to be associated with that Iron Lady name. Like, there were times when I hear it, I just get upset immediately. I'm like, please don't call me that. I don't like it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. But you get my point here. It means I don't know what was happening to me, but something within me was not comfortable, or rather okay, with being called an Iron Lady, like a fighter. I just don't like it. I don't want it. Please don't call me that. One time I had a discussion with myself and I was like, please, I don't want to be known as this person. I mean, like, I wasn't all grown at that time, but I remember telling myself that I didn't want to be that person. I remember telling myself this, like, I remember telling myself, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be remembered as an Iron Lady. I mean, if I'm fighting a fight, let it be a good fight. I mean, a good fight of faith. You know, I don't be a troublesome person. But to be honest, I'm not known as a troublesome person. You know, I can tell for a fact that, you know, there are people who know me, and even the environment where I grew up with, I know I'm a good girl. So you don't have to tell me that. I know myself. I don't need your validation. Okay? Yeah, so, but you see that particular one, almost all my classmates know these things. Like, I can just post the joke and they're like, bro, that you're just capping. Like, you know, these are people that have known you, like, from, you know, your humble beginning. Like, from when you guys were, like, you know, using napkins and running around. So it's almost impossible for you not to believe those things that they say to you. But then it could be them projecting. I don't know. Like I said, I remember a few occurrences, you know, where I fought with my other schoolmates, and these were like boys. Okay, so before I come to, you know, what this passive aggressive communication style is basically, yeah, secondary school, it kept going. This particular boy always loved calling me that name, and I think most of the years I spent in secondary school, like, let me say from my senior years, I was not fighting anymore. I was this cool and calm girl. I don't have anything to do with anything except for noise making. Except for noise making, I'm going to be honest, I think, if not all the list, 95% of the list of noisemakers, my name is always in there. Like, bro, I just can't keep quiet. Someone is talking. But that's aside, yeah, I developed a side of me that I wanted to see more, and I wanted people to see. So I do not want to be seen as that, you know, fighter girl anymore. So I sort of changed. I was more quiet. I didn't talk much. I wasn't doing so much. So like I said, I was doing my church stuff. So I go to church, I go to school. When I'm not at school, I'm at home. So it was just basically that, yeah. But this is where the passive aggressive communication side came in. I wasn't vocal anymore. I was that child that, you know, even in the house, my dad, my mom, God rest the soul of my dad, he knows, you know, his child. He knows Adisa is the type that doesn't talk too much. Even if I'm angry, you will never know that I'm angry. Okay, that's just how I am. So I don't know how to, you know, tell, you know, the difference, you know. And I was like, where was I? So my dad can tell you, oh, Adisa is a good girl, she doesn't talk much. And some of the, like, those, you know, women around, I grew up in Nigeria, so if you're a bad person, if you're a bad child, you don't have to tell them. Even your neighbors, they will do the talking for you. So it's like your CV is already on the mouth of your neighbors. Every information information you want, just go to a neighbor and they will just tell you everything about that person. And also the funny thing is, no one has ever reported me to my parents. Nobody has come to my house to tell them that, oh, Adiza beat up this child. So I really didn't know how, those bad reviews from my classmates, where they were coming from. So, but that's by the way, yeah. So I became more quiet, not vocal, not expressive, of my emotions, how I feel about stuff, because I was trying to be a good girl, or rather not being, associated with the name of, Iron Lady. And this sort of continued for years. Do you know what this did? This opened the door and windows for bullies. Why not? Because you're accepting, rubbish behavior. They do things because you don't want to, confront them. You don't want problem. You don't want issues. You're quiet. You let them go. You just let things slide easily. I was doing that for the longest time. But what this thing was doing to me was making me resentful. It was making me a hater. I'm not saying them. I'm not being vocal about how I felt. But that doesn't mean that there is not something rooted in me about that person or about that situation. And then when I see things connected to that thing or related to those situations, it triggers a negative emotions in me. And the times at the point when I speak, it's rather too late, or I'm projecting on the wrong person. You see? Trauma. That is a traumatic experience for me, because it was a sort of negative, probably not negative, but I was doing it in the wrong way. I don't remember sharing this because I'm like the first daughter, right? So I don't have like an elder sister or an elder brother that I can easily communicate these things with to help me or to guide me. So I was just like, working on that part alone. So I became that person. I was being bullied. But this was like after secondary school though, after secondary school. I think, yeah, after secondary school. Because who are you? They're not bullying me in primary school. I even remember the last term I wrote my senior common entrance to go to the senior secondary school. I fought with my classmates, 2 boys, one named David and one named Joseph. It was a very serious fight too. Oh my god. So you understand the background now. Yeah, so moving on, I just knew that this was not godlike. I knew this 3 years ago, or let me say, 3 years ago, I came to the point where, because my first year of university, I was still doing that I'm a good girl. Hey, I was in a class with, you know how you can be 20 and you're in a class with 16, 15, 17 years old children. Back in Nigeria, you have to respect me. Even if I'm 1 year older than you are, you have to give me that respect. You have to accord me that respect. So it's not like that abroad. And I was saying these things. Some of them would just say things or even throw jokes, and I'm not able to respond. Something in me would just scatter this thing, and the other good spirit to tell me just don't mind them. And I was very, 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 close to, I would say, I'm still very much close to God. So everything was going to God. So, oh my God, a train is coming to pass. So what I was doing was, when I get bullied, or when someone says something to me that I don't like, instead of me to talk about it, tell them that I don't like this thing, I just keep it within myself. And sometimes I pour it out when I go to pray, and it doesn't really cut it. Although sometimes when I talk to God about it, I'm cool and I'm calm with it, but that is with me. It is not doing that for the other person, because you not addressing what the other person did to you at that time is sort of enabling that person to continue behaving that way towards you, because a boundary has not been set yet. So that person does not know how to talk to you and how to relate with you. Do you understand my point? So yeah, I was praying to God, telling God to help me, but I have to be doing, if God is doing the internal work, I also have to be doing the external work. Being a good girl does not mean you have to be mute. Being a good girl does not mean you don't have to be vocal. Jesus Christ was very, very vocal. See, Jesus Christ was that teacher, yeah, and that big brother, and also that friend that doesn't take nonsense. As you are coming to talk that rubbish, he's giving you his wisdom immediately. He's replying you with his wisdom immediately. So he doesn't even have time to mince words. Do you understand? So that was happening to me. I know a lot of probably the people that, you know, I met in secondary school saw a different side of me, but trust me, that was a part of me that I was trying to adopt. And trust me, it sort of affected me negatively. I didn't know how to talk. I didn't know how to express myself. It even got to a point where I did not even know how to articulate my thoughts anymore. Like, it was that bad. And it took the help of someone to tell me and also to let me know that I have this passive-aggressive communication style, because I was always, storing. It was like I'm a reservoir for negative emotions. So I was very resentful. I was like, oh my God, you might not see it, but the day that I blow up, when I blow up, oh my God, it will be very, very difficult for me to calm down. And one thing with me is, if you see me stand and talk to anyone, just know that that person's cup was full on that very day. I don't just, immediately and start blabbing. No. I keep your records for you. And that's one thing that I want to advise you not to do. I mean, we are trying to build a community, right? Please adopt the assertive communication style. I'm going to talk about that later, but I'm just trying to give you like a brief, history about me. So yeah, I was doing that for a very long time. Little me thought that, portraying or wearing this facade is going to help me or keep me from being hurt or even hurting other people. But what this facade was doing for me was opening more doors to abuse, bullying, and also hurt within myself. I'm like, oh, I should have said it. Oh, I'm not doing this in their presence. I'm doing it at home or in the presence of God. God, I don't like how this person talked to me. Blah, blah, blah. I should have done X, Y, Z. I did this because I know that in your word, the Bible says we should correct in love. And now I know that even right from the time of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God did what? It suffered violence. And only the violent one taken it by force. So right now, okay, I'm not going to say a touch of violence. No, but I'm at that age where I'm not just going to allow anyone talk to me anyhow. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to go out of my way to disrespect you. So that is why I have sort of adopted the assertive way of communication. So that way, as you're doing that fuck up, I'm treating that fuck up immediately. But I do it in a more polite way. Okay, I'm not going to be rude, or even if you're trying to be rude and cocky, I'm still going to have a way to correct or to make you feel that I don't like what you're doing. Okay, in a good way. That's you're being assertive. I think I gave this instance when I was talking to a friend about it, and I said, okay, for instance, when maybe you work in an office and you work Monday to Friday, let's say, and on Saturday it's like an alone time for you and your family, and you get a message from your boss knows very well that you don't work on that day, and then you reply that, oh, today is your off day and stuff, and then your boss replies with a tone that is not very good. What do? You reply your boss in a polite way by also saying no again, except it's an emergency, except it's something that you guys need to work on immediately. If not, wait until Monday. Okay, yeah. So you're oh my God, like these things, oh my God, I can't I don't want this video to be long, so I don't even know what to say. Like, these things affected me. It affected my self-confidence. It affected a whole lot, not just my communication style. It affected my confidence. Like, I could not stand up for myself. Like my self-esteem was just it had untergegangen. I'm speaking German. Yeah, it was that bad. I realized this 3 years ago, and I was like, I had to go to God, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm doing this the wrong way. I think I heard the message by my father-in-law, Dr. Pastor Paul Enenche as well. He said, do not keep quiet when your destiny is being decided. Because I'm a Christian, and I know that the things that we say from our mouth, they carry power. The Bible says that the life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those that love it will enjoy the fruit of it. So someone is saying something to you, you might not be what the person is saying, but that person is trying to project into you something that you are not. So you have to say something that will rebuke that thing back to that person. And I'm not saying that it's a cause or something. No, it could just be like a normal thing. Oh God, you're like this, you're like, oh, I'm not like that. I think I'm like this, I'm more of this, I'm more of that. You know, suck. And you're done. So I was, oh my God, please, I think I should talk more of the assertive way of communication. That way it can help you. So when you have that assertive way of communication, you're not able to defend yourself. You're opening your door for bullies, for useless people that don't have sense to talk to you anyhow. You're a good person, but that you're a good person does not mean you should accept nonsense. People that should not ordinarily be talking to you will just come and be talking rubbish because you want to be a good person. No, sometimes change it.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Change it for them. Let me give you an instance, yeah? Remember that story of the temple in the Bible where people were going to the temple to go and sell and do stuff. I don't know why this example is coming to my head, but I feel like it's going to give you like a broad explanation to it. They were coming there because they did not know their boundaries. They did not know that this is not supposed to be done in the temple. What did Jesus Christ did? He came with a cane and started flogging everybody to get out of the temple. That place is not for where to transact your business. The same thing applies to you. Your life, reservoir for negative words or negative, stuff from people. So as they are saying something that you do not like, you reply immediately that you're not comfortable with that, and they should get out. Okay, I don't know if this video is long, so I'm going to end it here, and there's going to be a part 2 of how I adopted the assertive communication style and how it's helping me and how it has helped me so far and still helping me. I'm changing. I'm constantly learning and also unlearning, the negative trait that I know that I picked up during that phase of my life or during that season of my life. So please, if you love this video and if this video is something that you can relate with, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. There will be a part 2, okay, so you don't miss out. Okay, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, share this video with someone who you know might be having this low self-esteem. Low self-esteem might not necessarily be like you not having something. It might be that you have this type of communication style, not necessarily you having low self-esteem. Please just share this video with that person to uplift them, okay? And also like, share, comment, and please let me know in the comment section if this is something you relate with. Let me know what you did to help you, how you overcame your passive aggressive communication style, and also let people know how they can also better help themselves as well to get out of this cage of passive aggressiveness. Okay, so until next time, bye.